Hello mathematicians. Today on 5th grade math with Miss Howard, we are looking at how can we convert customary units of capacity. Let's review. Capacity is the amount of something a container can hold. We can measure the capacity of anything that can hold something else. For example, looking at this gallon of paint, this whole can hold 1 gallon of paint. And if we look over at the orange juice, this jug contains 500 milliliters of orange juice. So the capacity of this jug is 500 milliliters. Let's take a look at what the customary units of capacity are. We're going to start with the smallest unit of customary units of capacity, and that is a cup, and it's abbreviated with a C period. Next you have a pint, and it's abbreviated PT period. Then you have quart, which is abbreviated QT period. And then you have a gallon, which is abbreviated GAL period. So did you know that milk can be purchased at each of these sizes? Do you know what each of these sizes looks like? So if you look down here, this is a cup. A cup is about the size of a milk carton that you get at school. It's about a cup. And then you can also get a pint of milk at the grocery store. You can get a quart of milk at the grocery store. And you can also get a gallon of milk at the grocery store. So whenever we talk about capacity with customary units, I always think of milk. Now let's use the knowledge we have from the slide before to figure out what the best estimate is for these questions. Which customary unit would be best to measure the capacity of the juice served at a graduation party with 100 people? Which is the best estimate for the juice? We know it's going to be gallons. Is it 10 gallons or 2 gallons? I like to think about sweet tea. I could probably drink a whole gallon of sweet tea by myself. So your estimate would be 10 gallons is our best estimate. Which customary unit would be best to use to measure the capacity of the amount of milk served with a school lunch? So looking at your milk right here, what is the best estimate for a milk? Would it be 1 cup or would it be 12 cups? That one should be easy. 1 cup. Which customary unit would be best to measure the capacity of a child's plastic swimming pool? Which is the best estimate for the swimming pool, not milk? For the swimming pool, the pool. 10 gallons or 168 gallons? So I want you to think about this for a minute. Did you know that the average bathtub, when you fill it up, has about 60-ish gallons in it? That's just your bathtub. So knowing that information, which do you think is correct? I know a mini pool is going to be larger than my bathtub, so I would say 168 gallons. Now let's look at our customary capacity conversions. And on our left-hand side over here, I put our unit conversions just like we're familiar with. 2 cups equals 1 pint. 2 pints equals 1 quart. 4 quarts equals 1 gallon. I also have our little helper down here on the bottom where we have our units from least to greatest, and then we're showing, okay, if we go from left to right, we are dividing. If we go from right to left, we are going to multiply. I also include on here King Gallon. Many of you might have heard of King Gallon before. If you have not, I encourage you to go on YouTube and just search in customary capacity King Gallon. You might even be able to type in King Gallon. It tells you a cute little story to help you remember the capacity conversions for customary units. Let's dive right in to how do we convert customary units of capacity. Okay, we're going to be using our unit conversions just like we've used with other customary units of length and customary units of weight. So, how many cups are in 2 pints? How many, we don't know, cups equals 2 pints? So I'm going to go ahead and circle which of the conversions I'm going to use. I'm using cups and pints. We know that 2 cups, ooh, I'm going to erase that. 2 cups equals 1 pint. So for this question, we know that we have pints, and we're trying to go to cups. So am I going to divide or am I going to multiply? Hope you said multiply. So now if we know 2 pints equals how many cups, and 1 pint equals 2 cups, we're going to do 2 times 2 equals 4. So 2 pints equals 4 cups. How many quarts are in 8 pints? So how many quarts, I'm going to use the abbreviation, equals 8 pints. So we are going with pints and quarts, and we know that 2 pints, I'm lining up my pints, equals 1 quart. 1 quart. So I'm going from pints to quarts. So if I'm going to pints to quarts, am I going to multiply or am I going to divide? You're right, I'm going to divide. So 2 pints equals 1 quart, and I have 8 pints divided by 2 equals 4. So 4 quarts equals 8 pints. I hope you're getting the hang of this. If not, don't worry, it comes with lots of practice. Let's look at another one. How many pints are in 16 cups? How many pints are there in 16 cups? We know that 2 cups equals 1 pint. So 2 cups, lining up my cups, equals 1 pint. We know we have 16 cups, and we are going to pints. Are we going to multiply or are we going to divide? Hope you said divide. We are going to divide. Okay? So 2 cups equals 1 pint. So 16 cups divided by 2 cups equals 8. So 8 pints equals 16 cups. So if I have 8 pints and 1 pint equals 2 cups, 8 times 2 is 16, so I can check my answer. Great job.